Episode 227. Gomoy has done the rounds all around the Ishgard area and beyond, but she hasn't actually done the rounds in Ishgard itself. So let's go looking for some trouble here in the city. By which I mean I'm just planning to pick up a quest right here in Ishgard, that'll lead us to an even bigger adventure than we can possibly imagine. Now that I've done the society quests and the dungeons that were released during patch 3.1, we can finally do the Alliance raid quests. This guy looks like he has some trouble. You have the look of a lass who's seen her fair share of trouble. Well, so do you. Mayhap you'd be willing to help me with mine. I need a capable sort to head into the Sea of Clouds and track down my missing airship. I had to mortgage my soul to get that vessel built, so winning the contract to ferry supplies out to Cloudtop was a real weight off my mind. But it seems my luck ended there. My ship was due back in Ishgard bells ago, and I've been praying for a glimpse of her sails ever since. I can't help fearing the worst. What if she's run afoul of sky pirates? My creditors will have their pounds of flesh. You think me foolish to fear piracy so far above the waves? Well, let me tell you, that no honest merchant is safe now that airship production has, if you'll excuse the pun, taken off. If you can still make puns, you're probably not that troubled. Any scoundrel with a sack of coin and a vague sense of direction can terrorize the skies. Oh yes, this new breed of buccaneers like to paint themselves as dashing explorers, braving the unknown. But the truth of their nature is right there in their name, sky pirates. Given half a chance, they'll strip your ship of every last scrap of cargo and cry, "Yah-ha-har," as they launch you screaming over the rails. I've heard the stories. Yeah, you've heard the stories, huh? Somehow I don't think they actually say "Yah-ha-har." Please, you must make haste to Cloudtop. That's where the shipment was bound, and inquire as to the fate of my poor ship. Oh, and my poor helmsman. Ask Rontremont, he'll know, if any man does. Okay, I guess we're going to Cloudtop. I guess in a sense it might also make sense to play as a machinist during this raid series, because we're dealing with sky pirates and I guess that's all kind of machinistry adjacent, the airships and everything, sort of. But Black Mage makes sense in the long run, so we're going to stick as that, and also because I want to play as Black Mage. A supply airship has gone missing, you say? Well, that would certainly explain why our provisions are so late in arriving. I did, in fact, spy a vessel charting an erratic course northwards a short while ago, but as it seemed disinclined to make port here, I paid it little mind. Not the most compelling piece of evidence, I grant you, but I've witnessed naught else of interest. I suggest you investigate the landmass to the north. Rest assured, I will send word if I spy any other sign of our errant supply ship. The vessel I spotted earlier may very well have been the supply ship you seek. It was northward bound, the last I saw. Mayhap you could continue your search in that direction? Actually, let's use this thing. Put it on the hotbar. Because we're dealing with sky pirates and all that, we should use our own airship. If we have some kind of impromptu, I don't know, aviation battle or something, this is what we want to fly around in. Not in a chocobo. That'd just be gunned down in an instant. Not that this has any guns, but it'd probably survive a few shots, I guess. Lo and behold, we got some sky pirates. Ah, the helmsman. Kind of only mentioned this guy at the very tail end of that guy's speech when he was talking about all his lost cargo. Maybe mention this guy's life being in danger first next time. We'll make some good coin from this all, and we'll see if this fool is worth a ransom. I don't think you're getting any ransom if the guy that sent me on this quest didn't even care to mention him until the very end. Aid, I say. These villains mean to plunder my cargo. What have we got here, then? Think you're some sort of hero, do you? Yeah, and so does everyone else. Well then, you won't mind if me mates here join the fun. Make for a more heroic tale. No, wait. A more heroical tale, won't it? The tale of how 3 sky pirates fed a meddling little shite her own bloody eyes. Don't give me ideas. What the? Oh gods, I know that ship. It's... So you're the scrags would have been dragging our good name through the mud. You're Red Pill Leofard. We ain't done naught to you or yours. What do you want with us? I think I made my position pretty clear. You take on the mantle of Sky Pirate, you agree to a certain code of conduct. And codes ain't worth much if folk go around breaking them. Frankly, lads, you're making us look bad. And we can't have that. No hard feelings, though, eh? So yeah, Machinist would be a proper class to equip during this series. Oh, thank you, Mr. Leofard. Thank you. I'm certain my master will wish to repay you. If your employer does business in Ishgard, he likely knows a merchant or two what trades with me associates. Tell him to say it's for Leofard, and any reward should reach me soon enough. As for you, adventurer, tain't often someone beats me to the scene. But then I'd expect naught else from a hero such as yourself, Komoy. That is who you are, ain't it? I don't know too many other lasses with one of them marvelous manicutters the Ironworks streamed up. Ah, so you saw me driving around in that. I just switched to it. Well then, it seems you saved me the trouble of tracking you down. I've been hoping to have a word with you, you see. I'll put it to you straight. I need someone to help out with a little venture I have in mind. Someone used to taking a few risks. Now, this wouldn't be no black-hearted brigand's work, so don't go worrying yourself on that account. No, don't worry. We take up that kind of job all the time. At least we did in A Realm Reborn, where a lot of the morals were kinda grey on some of those side quests. Unlike them thieving curs just now, I don't hold with robbing honest folk. For me, you see, the Sky Pirate's life is all about freedom. The freedom to go where you will. To find out what lies beyond the next cloud. If you're interested in joining us on an adventure worthy of the name, then look for me standard in the northern reaches of the Blue Window. Someone will be waiting to greet you there. Couldn't have given us a lift, could you? I guess it only seats one. Where did I... Here. Maybe I should be a machinist for this. I've been machinist long enough during the actual story of Heavensward. And if I don't take my chances to play as a black mage, when else am I gonna do this, right? We're already doing machinist for the Alexander raids, which I think is maybe more appropriate. But then, my outfit here, I just remembered all of this stuff is... It's actually Sky Pirate glamour. And this look does kind of scream Sky Pirate, doesn't it? I mean, obviously, but it would just kind of look good during the cutscenes and all that, wouldn't it? But then again, this also looks good, doesn't it? It doesn't exactly look like a black mage gear, but it kind of looks like Sky Pirate stuff, which I guess is because it's the Maelstrom uniform and they're pirates, sort of. We're gonna blend in no matter what. I guess it's just a matter of what I want to play. And again, this is more thematically appropriate with the content we'll get into later, I guess. Soon enough. Later this episode. That's far enough, stranger. If you value your life, tell me true. Did you stumble across this marker by chance? Or are you here by invitation? No. Then you'd best forget we ever had this conversation. On your way. I'm just kidding. Then that would make you the hero the captain said to watch out for. Well met. The name's Stacia. Leofard would call me his right-hand woman, but I feel more like his bloody nursemaid, God's truth be told. Anyway, my thanks to you for coming to hear him out. If you'd follow me, I'll take you to the Red Bill's nest. Yeah, I kind of remembered we used the mana cutter in these cutscenes, so just kind of made sense to switch to it during actual gameplay. Now this is a skyblock. They've got the whole factory set up and everything. Or what looks like some industrial stuff. Kinda makes you wish you could get a house on one of these or something, but then you wouldn't have the whole neighborhood thing going on. With the actual housing places. I guess you could have, like, a neighborhood of sky islands or something with a bunch of houses, but there's already housing in Ishgard that isn't that, so... well, whatever. I come to you in person, and still you refuse my offer? Arrogant fool. On the subject of arrogance, Vadilla, I bow to your superior knowledge. But that's all the bowing you'll get from me. As I've told you a dozen times before, I ain't no one Saki. But my dear Leofard, how else do you propose to survive an expedition into the ghost ship? I would fear for my life was not but your feeble crewmates at my back. While I'd fear for me life, with your mangy crew at my back, on account of them being murderous, untrustworthy bastards to a man. That face. I thought you were cleverer than this, Red Bill, but no matter. I always get what I want in the end. 'Tis merely a question of method. Now there's a face I've not seen before. You don't have the look of one of Leofard's little birds. She's a guest. You understand the concept, don't you? You know, when someone is invited, instead of just bursting through the door whenever she damn well pleases. That was Radilla, captain of the Talons. She knows Leofard's the best sky pirate alive, and the fact he won't join her sticks in her craw. Her sticks in her craw. I don't know what that means. I guess he just won't join her. Are you gonna let them talk to you like that, Captain? We should teach them Red Bills some respect. Oh, that guy's actually wearing the same thing, the same shirt I would. Maybe I don't want to wear the exact same thing these guys are wearing in the cutscene. That just kind of... well, whatever. Patience. When all this is over, we shall see who rules the skies. I guess the way Radilla phrased it, if we wore the Sky Pirate uniform, we'd look like one of his little lackeys or something. Wow, what a spread. Look at all that treasure. Oh there, hero. I promised you high adventure, and high adventure you shall have. For we plan to board the Sea of Clouds' very own ghost ship. Or what folk have taken to calling one anyway. Every day for the past few weeks has brought with it a new sighting of the self-same vessel. A massive airship of queer design, adrift on the wind. Being a curious lot, there were a few buccaneers who tried exploring below decks, but not one of them's been seen since. And so naturally, they've been saying the ship is cursed. Well, haunted. Like I said, an honest-to-God's ghost ship. My guess is she's another relic left behind by the Elegants. It's always the Elegants, isn't it? But we won't know for sure till we've had ourselves a good poke around inside. And liberated whatever ancient treasures she's got moldering away in her hold, of course. But before we start dividing up the spoils, we've got to find the damn thing, which is why we've been working on a special new device. Finding her will be the easy part. What we can't do without is a veteran explorer, what ain't afraid to fling herself face first into the jaws of danger. Now I know you're a gallant champion of the people and all, but strip away the fame and glory, and I'll wager you're still an adventurer at heart. Never stopped being one. So what say you, Komoy? Fancy a plunge into the unknown, at the side of the Red Bills? Then it's settled. Let's pay a visit to our crewmate Utada. She's been working on a way to track the vessel. I think the scarf that Leofard is wearing is like a special piece of equipment that you can only get through like special means. If I recall correctly. Just like a scarf around your neck or something. Pretty basic, but I don't think there are a lot of options like that for the neck piece category. Or I might just be wrong. Might be as there are better engineers in the realm, but I'd wager none are as inventive as our Utada. She earns her keep with her brains, not her brawn, and we're a stronger crew for it. Oh, did we leave? I kinda wanted to look around the area, their base. This here's Utada, the lass I was telling you about. She's our engineer, and a damn good one at that. I always get this little thrill in me chest when I'm about to embark on a new adventure. And once you've felt your heart dance like that, there's naught you wouldn't do to feel it again. Greetings, the name's Utada. I suppose you'd call me the Red Bill's Chief of Engineering. Smithing, carpentry, magitech. If it's part of an airship, I can fix it. Just don't expect to see me waving a cutlass and swinging over the rails. If there's fighting to be done, well, that's what we have you for. Okay. Well met, ladies and gentle pirates. Now that we appear to have our hero, I'm happy to report that we've overcome the last obstacle to boarding the ghost ship. Meaning your project is proceeding as planned? That it is, Captain. I knew this would be the perfect place to take readings. The scant amount of background ether make it easy to follow the derelict's trail. The ghost ship has what Utada tells us is a unique etheric signature. She's been built in a device what can sniff out this particular spectral flavor and point us in the right direction. I call it the ectocompass. It's allowed me to collect some solid data on the vessel's movements and plot a reliable intercept course. No groping blindly through the clouds for us. All the ships are loaded and ready to fly. Just say the word, Captain. Utada, you'd best stay here, out of harm's way. Keep an eye on them aether trails, eh? Aye, Captain. Grab an armload of treasure for me. Now we've got no way of knowing what's waiting for us on that cursed hulk, Komori. So you'd best bring along a few mates, what you know you can trust. Don't hurt to be too careful. Seeing as how you'll be going in first and all. I did tell you you'd be going in first, didn't I? Aye, well, you will. The rest of us will be guarding the rear, just in case Vadilia... Oh, it's not Vadilla, it's Radlia. Just in case Radlia and her brood decide to stick their beaks in where they ain't wanted. Don't worry, she'll not get past us, so you can concentrate on carving a pass into the ship's belly. An honest-to-God's ghost ship. This is gonna be an adventure and a half. It's kind of a fun idea. Robbing a ghost ship, but doing it as sky pirates. Leofard will be taking my ectocompass with him. Just follow his lead and you'll arrive at the derelict soon enough. Who knows what wondrous trinkets await you inside. And actually, before I get the rest of the flavor text, let's start this up, because it's probably going to take a while. 12 minutes it says, but no wait. It's still selecting the previous thing. Yeah, 17 minutes sounds more accurate to what it purports as the wait time. It's probably going to take maybe 30 minutes or something, unfortunately. The captain's dragged us on some hair-raising ventures this time, but something tells me this one's going to be the worst of the lot. If we look out for each other, though, I reckon we'll make it home in one piece, with a bit of luck. One Piece. That's a One Piece reference. No. I'll be on hand to see that our curious captain don't get us all killed, meddling with some ancient artifact or other, meaning you'll be free to concentrate on not getting killed by whatever's waiting below decks. Can't say fairer than that, eh? We'll deal with any sneaky bastards that try creeping in behind us, while you and your mates forge ahead. The Hulk's secrets will be ours alone. Right. Us and ours. I guess Komori's going to have to figure out how to recruit... How much is it? 15... Right, it would be 24, 8 times 3. Recruit 23 more adventurers to her side. I'll let her figure that out, and in the meantime, we're just going to fade to black. The Void Arc. Waiting for this one actually took a lot longer than I expected. It's fine though. We're here now. I actually went off to do other things, it took so long. Kind of had to scramble to get back here and start the recording again. It is recording, right? Yeah, we're recording. I should maybe be doing the AoEs, but we're fine. They go down in an instant anyway. Does Komoi know where she's going whenever she jumps into a tube like that, or is she just following the pack? And our first boss, the thing that's been terrorizing us the entire intro section here. Cetus the whale, I guess. Or whatever it is, a manta ray. Oh, was I supposed to go in there? I think it has one attack where you're supposed to go near the boss. Gotta pay attention to the cast bars. And off it goes. This segment, I think you just need to watch around the side for the actual boss. I think it's going to attack at any point. There it is. I guess you didn't really have to watch out for it that much, or at all even. Oh, yeah, this is the one you gotta get in for. What's all this then? Oh, I see. Should I use that? No, we can save it. What exactly is this encounter here? It's not a boss, it's a bunch of ads, I think. You know, I don't think I ever properly learned how this encounter works with whatever this is. I think we attack these things, the Pagan's Knots. Well, it seems like they're all dead. Pagan Knot again. Pretty sure it's that one. It started glowing, so I stood on it. I guess that gets rid of the poison. I appreciate the healer that's looking out for me. I guess I'm away from the party, but so after the knock comes the vine, or I guess not. Guess you just have to kill all the enemies. Still not sure what was going on there, and I'm not sure I ever will. The room seems to be some kind of air vent for the airship, of course. Oh, this boss, or bosses, I kind of recall them. They share a health bar, so it doesn't really matter which one you attack, but one of them should get a immunity, I think. Well, this one seems to be not immune, so we'll continue attacking it. I'll just keep my distance. That looks dangerous. There's some gunk covering my tank. I think he's under a spell of some kind. I think that makes you attack your teammates or something. Oh, it's immune now. That one's got the shield, I guess. Can't attack that either, actually. Oh, I see. Okay, great. I was too late. That's the snapshotting of this game. Even if you get behind whatever you need to get behind when the attack goes off, it only matters at the beginning of the attack. Guess I didn't remember the most important part about this boss. Thanks, Teozito. Oh, I don't have that yet. That was the one time where it would have been useful to use the ability that returns me to my ley lines, but I technically don't have it yet due to level syncing. So yeah, this entire raid is, as you can guess from the name, Void Sent. Void Arc with a bunch of Void Sent on it. I guess we'll get into the meat of that lore after the actual dungeon, but this is why I thought it would be more suitable to play as a Black Mage. And would you look at that? It's Diabolos, our old friend. He was from an optional dungeon, but he's now here part of this other raid. We get the full effect of knowing him, by having done that dungeon beforehand. Oh, I don't have silence. It's just kind of spawning all over the place, but I kind of like the chaos. Just pick a target and go for them. Doesn't work too well when you're a Black Mage that has a long cast bar, but we get some hits in, it's fine. Lane. There's an entire server named after this guy. I wonder how those people feel knowing that this is their namesake. People that play in that server. I guess I'm no one to talk. My home server is Rafflesia. Yeah, don't want to be in front of him when he casts Corrosive Bile. These raised platforms are used for something later. I guess I can't be on it right now. Oh. It just stays there then. Great. Put up the mana ward then. Still dying to poison here. Let me get near this guy. Maybe then I'm going to be in close range of the healer. I mean, it's kind of my fault for being a bit far away from the healer for their AoE healing. We need to get rid of these things. Everyone we destroy gets rid of one of these stacks of fleeting. Void Pact. Summoning ads, I guess. There we go. That's the thing that we want to be away from. Or wait, no? Was it? It seemed like it was area wide. I guess these platforms don't matter for that attack. Do we want to pop these? I think so. Actually, you might not even get the chance to do the attack these platforms are here for. Just not. Oh, didn't want the cutscene quite yet. What an abomination. I'm glad everyone waited, though. Oh, I forgot to hit ready on the ready check. It happened during the cutscene, so I forgot it was there. I don't remember this boss's attacks too well, but that thing from the intro cutscene I kind of do. As in the mechanic the intro cutscene was alluding to. Oh. And there it goes. We beat her so hard she split into 3. I guess we're on A, so we'll take this guy. Oh, you don't want that though. You want to separate these 3, otherwise they have this defense thing under their health bar there, that 5 stack. There we go. I might be attacking the one that's not assigned to my party. I think they aggro on each tank. As long as they're all separated, though, it should be fine. Am I in that? Oh, I didn't need that spell. Oh well. We got some ads. Turn away. And attack. We got some petrifications on our team. At least 3 of them. One of them being a healer. Might be bad. Sometimes Petrify makes you die instantly if you take one more hit. Luckily, that didn't really matter here. Did she split into 3 again? No. Oh yeah, I guess it's about time for that. All we really get is one limit break, that's in level 1. The battle doesn't go on long enough to reach level 3. That's just what it's like when you're playing things after they actually come out, I guess. Although it would have been useful to do it here, no, actually not. Unless you did a ranged DPS thing. Don't look at that. Ranged DPS, if they're all in separate locations, you could maybe hit all of them still. I didn't put a mana ward in time. Again, because of the snapshotting. And what is our treasure for infiltrating the ghost ship? Who knows? Whatever the hell that thing is. I just gave it to the one that had the most interesting picture, I guess. A coffin lid? What is that for? Maybe I should have taken it. It's lumber. For some kind of woodworking. You know, I should have taken it. Komoi is a woodworker. She should be interested. I guess we got the wind-up echidna. Bugger me. I expected danger, but not a hell-spawn bleeding nightmare-made flesh like that. Didn't stop you and your mates, though, did it? That's some crew you've got there, and no mistake. We just put them together, randomly, do the duty finder. We're kind of levitating a bit off the ground. I think that has to do with the graphics update, where, I don't know, things just kind of improve some textures, and maybe something that once used to be flat now has a bit of depth to it. Right then, let's have a look inside that dirty great coffer type thing. Someone tells me it's filled to the brim with booty. You think so? You think that's filled with treasure? Maybe you're right. Don't look at me, I never moved a muscle. There's our friend. What in the 7 hells is that bastard doing? This way, swiftly now. Can anyone else see that talking cat over there? Bloody hells, this adventure is getting queerer by the minute. Still, I'd rather take me chances with that prattling puss than stay here. Get your things, mateys, we're leaving. But what about the loot? What about the loot? You can't spend it when you're dead. We either follow the furball or make friends with a spell-slinging voidborn. Your choice. Gods damn it. How's an honest sky pirate meant to make a living? Yeah, that's Final Fantasy. Mixing together the aesthetic of sky pirates with magical demon creatures, I guess. It all makes sense in the long run, but it's kind of funny that it happens this way. Unfortunately, I can't do a Scottish accent, or whatever kind of accent Kate Sis has in Final Fantasy VII. But yeah, that's Kate Sis. Not exactly a spoiler. It's a recurring Final Fantasy character. The ship's breaking up. Is he trying to bring her down? I kind of forgot how cool this cutscene was. A void center is attempting to initiate a dimensional displacement. But the gate, it cannot possibly be large enough for the entire ship. What do you mean? It's huge. That huge fissure? Or is it like not wide enough? The Queen's coffin. He takes it beyond our reach. Well, there doesn't seem much point hanging around here. Let's get back to solid ground. Was that cutscene using the ambient world time? Because there was a shot where our mana cutter went right in front of the moon as Diabolos was looking at us, and it looked really, well, intentional, like it was designed that way. Could have just been a coincidence, but it kind of looked nice. Long has it been since my paws have trodden aught but those cursed decks. Would that I had made landfall under better circumstances. Ugh, me poor heart. 'Tis a pity about the loot and no mistake. But at least we made it out in one piece. As the captain's so fond of saying, you can't spend it when you're dead. What kind of cat is that anyway? And what was it doing on that ship? Now, it was a bit touch and go in places, I grant you, but here we all are. And all with our bits still attached. This calls for a foaming flagon of... Hold on. Are we missing someone? Didn't I tell Utada to wait for us here? And what about those 23 other guys that went in there with me? I assume they all had their own mana cutters or something. Never fear, we've been keeping the girl company. But enough about her. Did you see the cannon on that ship? As you know, my dear Leofard, I am not so easily moved. But the sheer power on display set me all a-quiver. Well, I hope you're content to admire it from afar. That vessel ain't for the likes of you and me. Do not presume to measure me by your own limitations. Besides, I believe I've shown how resourceful I can be. Which brings me neatly to the point. You have in your possession a device capable of tracking the ghost ship. Hand it over, or your engineer shall suffer the consequences. Perfect. A compass pointing the way to my just reward. A weapon like that belongs in the hands of one with the will to use it. Come, lads, our business here is concluded. I guess it's actually her lackeys that all wear that one Sky Pirate uniform. The uniform for the Red Bills here seems to be more, well, I guess a bit more piratey. I'm sorry, Captain. They caught me off guard. You get a bang on the head or summit? The man I know would never give in to scum like her without a fight, unless... What did you do to the compass? Who, me? Not. Besides slipping a link pearl into its case and like, so long as Radlia, keeps it close, and you can be damn sure she will, we'll know exactly what them thieving bastards are planning. Anyone care to wager how long it'll take her to notice me little gift? That's very clever and all, but how are you proposing to stop her from getting her hands on that derelict and its great big cannon? I ain't worked that part out yet, but I expect it'll start with us keeping a close eye on the Talons. Before we get into any of that though, I've got some questions what need answering. You wish to know more of the Void Ark? The ghost ship, as you call it. The Void Ark? So that's its proper name. Aye, I'd like to hear whatever you'd care to tell us, Puss. And I, for my part, am curious to hear your stories. Ere we continue, however, I must insist that you address me by my proper name, Kate Sis. Or Kate She. They call him Kate Sis in Final Fantasy VII, so it's fine, right? I will not respond to Puss, or Cat, or Kate She, and most decidedly not Furball. I guess it's actually Cat She. My tale begins long, long ago in the city of Mhach, which once stood in the lands of Yafane. The sorcerers of Mhach were masters of destructive magics, and they brought that terrible power to bear against Amdapor and Nim in the War of the Magi. At least it's not elegance. The titanic forces they unleashed, however, took a heavy toll upon the land, ultimately resulting in a colossal flood that drowned the realm of Eorzea. A catastrophe which my master, High Void Mage Cessair, was wise enough to foresee. Wait, Colossal Flood? Are you talking about the 6th Umbral Calamity? I suppose you would know it as such. Now where was I? Ah yes. When they learned of the fate that awaited them, the Mhach Magi began construction of a gargantuan vessel that would bear their people to the skies and to safety. The operation of the Void Ark, as the ship came to be called, was entrusted to Cessair. Prior to that, of course, my master had been a prisoner in her own home, confined for her outspoken opposition to the war. So the Ark was meant as a sanctuary? Then how did it come to be so, what happened to all the people? And where did all the void scent come from? It's okay, you can call it a shithole or whatever you're gonna say, because it was one, filled with void scent. By what power do you imagine such a massive craft remains aloft? The energy required to raise the Ark was siphoned from over 1,000 otherworldly servants, sealed within the vessel. So I guess similar to what the Alligans did with the Crystal Tower. Just more void-sent, powering more human, or I guess mortal, machines or whatever. Advances in Mhach sorcery were made for one reason and one reason only: cataclysmic destructive power, and the swiftest and most dangerous method of acquiring that power was through the enslavement of void-sent entities. So the creatures on the derelict, they broke free from your master's control? At the very heart of the Ark, the Void Mages had entombed a great ruler of the Void-Sent, Skathak, the Shadow Queen. But in order to control so potent a prisoner, a mage of adamant will was required, and being Mhach's preeminent sorcerer, Cessair was deemed best qualified. Were it otherwise, my master might never have been released from her own imprisonment. Yet even with Cessair's peerless skill, the Shadow Queen could not long be subjugated. One after another, the lesser Void-Sent awoke and ran rampant within the ship. In the end, Cessair and the 53 Void Mages aboard the Ark sacrificed their own life energies to return the fiends to their coffins, leaving me, a lowly familiar, to watch over a derelict prison. If I remember me umbral eras right, the stuff you just described happened more than 1,500 years past, which is a good while by anyone's measure. And since everything seems to have been quiet on board your boat till just recently, I'm thinking something unusual must have happened to wake the inmates up. Am I warm? One day, a Void-Sent that had taken the shape of a bat flew into the ship. At first it was little more than a nuisance that I brushed away, but the longer it remained on the Ark, the stronger it seemed to become. Eventually I could not contend with its power, and it began shattering seal after seal. We know that guy. Do we know that we know that guy? I think she knows. You have faced this Batwing fiend before. It would seem, then, that the creature survived the encounter, and that he intends to celebrate his restoration by liberating his queen. So this would have been from the dungeon, which was it? Was it Amdapor or something like that? Or somewhere within that region, where we had all of those dungeons that had to do with the War of the Magi and all that. Diablos was the boss of that dungeon. I think he was the boss of the hard mode dungeon. And it ended up that in the final cutscene of the dungeon, they teased him, I don't know, flying off or something like that. I guess they knew at that point that they wanted him to return, which is kind of cool. Well, that explains that then. Except for one small detail, namely, where the Queen's coffin went. After it fell out of the ship's belly, I'm assuming it didn't just disappear, right? You recall the great rift that the Ark's cannon ripped in the sky? That was a void gate. Such a portal opens a temporary pass through the void, allowing the ship to travel almost instantaneously from one location to another, like Minecraft. Like traveling in the Nether. Probably not like that. The Void-Sent, as you saw, only opened a gate large enough to displace the coffin. As for the coffin's destination, however, that is as much a mystery to me as it is to you. I beseech you, conquerors of the Ark, help me find the Queen's coffin, ere the wards binding Skathak are dispelled. Smells to me like an adventure, and who knows what ancient Mhach treasures we might stumble on along the way. Gods know, they'll make a nice change from all them Allagan tombstones we've been collecting. Yeah, a little jab at the players who, even to this day, are still collecting Allagan tombstones. I call it a tombstone, it's a tombstone. I will help you. I'm not risking me hide for the sake of the realm, you understand? But I'll be damned if I let either Radlia or that bat-winged bastard take the freedom of the skies from me. You care only for how you might be inconvenienced? If the Shadow Queen were to return, it would have dire consequences for this entire star. Count your blessings, Furball. I said we'd help, didn't I? Before we go rushing off in search of that coffin, though, there's preparations to be made. You might as well get back to your usual heroic employment, Komoi. I'll let you know when it's time to round up your mates again. Can we just hang out here in this cool chamber with all this gold and the plush seatings? The time is nigh, my dear Talons. Soon we shall seize control of the ghost ship and all its power, and rule the skies from here to the ends of the world. And I guess with that, there's our plot established for the Alliance Raid series. A bunch of sky pirates warring over the long-lost relics of the Mhach mages, with some Void Sent also in the mix. I guess they're like a third faction. And this would of course continue it, but we're not doing that right now. That would be patch 3.3, and we haven't even done patch 3.2 yet. But I think we might be ready to get into it right around now. Maybe. There's at least one other thing we could do for patch 3.1, technically patch 3.15. I'll sleep on it. Consider maybe doing that before we continue with the main story. Oh, that's not over here. Kate Sis's design in this, well, I prefer Kate Sis's design in Final Fantasy VII. I guess that's kind of iconic, and his glow up in Final Fantasy VII Remake and all that, I guess Rebirth, kind of does a lot for his character, both look-wise and personality-wise. Not that that's neither here nor there, it was just a thought that came to mind. I still like his look in this game, but he just has more staying power in Final Fantasy VII. Which makes sense, he's a main character there. Anyway, now's not the time to talk about Kate Sis. Now's the time to end the episode. That would be a good time to take a break.